All right, what's going on everyone? SAMIR CHIBANE here, founder of the Ecom Incubator, where we help people start and scale their e-commerce business. And in this video, I actually wanted to build off of the previous video that I recorded on New Year's Eve, which was the top 5 e-commerce niches for 2020. And in the beginning of that video, I had to clarify that nothing changes unless you do. That's a great quote by Jim Rohn, self-help guru that's unfortunately no longer with us. But how do you change yourself? Okay, so in this video, we're gonna be talking about how do you change yourself? How do you change your current results, the current situation that you're in right now? So first I'm gonna start off with a problem, then obviously share with you guys a solution, at least a solution that's been working for me, and give you some actionable steps, okay? Now, if you can't stick around to the end of this video, then unfortunately, your problem is much deeper than what we're gonna cover here. So the actual problem is that most people never understand how they got to their current situation, how they got to their current state, and therefore they can never really change it. And so they keep focusing on their current situation, on their current results, and saying things like, hey, once my current situation changes, then I will be able to change myself. Okay, so hey, once I have more time, more money, more resources, then I will be able to change the current results that I'm getting. Then I'll become happier. Then I'll become more satisfied. Then I'll find my purpose. But ideally, what we want to do is we want to switch the focus points, and instead of thinking about the current situation and the current results, we have to focus on our thoughts. And this all stems from a form of psychotherapy known as cognitive behavioral therapy. Okay, there's a bunch of books out there, a bunch of videos out there that you can check out. I'm by no means an expert on it, but as soon as I found out about cognitive behavioral therapy, I was able to put a lot of things into perspective and able to reinvent myself year in and year out. Okay, so if you don't know my story, I actually started off just as everybody else. And I was going to college, going to school, and I just realized that, well, school was just trying to condition me to become an employee. And so I had to reinvent myself into something else when I dropped out. And I actually transitioned into door-to-door sales. And so once I got into door-to-door sales, that was when I was introduced to cognitive behavioral therapy. And I didn't know it was that at the time. It was really just a mentor of mine, Taylor McCarthy. He was our sales manager, absolutely crushing it. And he shared the fact that, hey, your thoughts lead to the feelings that you have and ultimately dictate the actions that you take. And really, it becomes the results that you get become the fruit of those thoughts, feelings, and actions that you take. Okay, so it all started about thinking, with the thoughts that are running through your head about the actions that you're about to take or trying to take in order to get the results that you want. And so what we have to do is we have to shift our focus point from the current situation to our thoughts. Okay, and in cognitive behavioral therapy, it's all about focusing on what we're thinking and how we're thinking about what we're trying to get, okay, about the results that we're trying to get. So let me give you an example, okay? So if somebody, let's just say somebody wants to start an e-commerce business, for example, they're gonna say something like, hey, or think something along the lines of, hey, I wanna start an e-commerce business to replace my job and live life on my own terms. And then they're gonna feel something like, hey, I have no clue how to start, and I'll probably lose all the money that I don't have, and I'll get laughed at. Okay, so their thoughts are really about fear of missing out, right? Fear of loss, losing the time, money, and resources trying to start an e-commerce business, as well as fear of being judged. Now, there's a bunch of fears out there, obviously, but these are just two of the main ones. Their actions are gonna be something like, hey, I'll keep going at my job until I figure it all out, and that way I won't lose money and no one will laugh. And the results they're gonna get is them just staying at their job, hating their current situation, watching a bunch of YouTube videos, thinking that's how they're gonna figure it out. But ultimately, they don't lose any money, they don't lose any time, and they don't get laughed at. Why? Because they didn't take any action, okay? So how do you change that? Well, if you start thinking along the lines of, hey, I want to start an e-commerce business to replace my job and live life on my own terms, and realizing that, hey, I have no clue, and admitting to yourself that I have no clue on how to start, But if other people out there did it, so can I. Okay, if door-to-door sales guys, okay, and I'm talking about me and my business partner Juan, if we transition from door-to-door sales, getting doors slammed in our face, getting kicked out of houses, literally not knowing anything about e-commerce, and moving on and reinventing ourselves to build an e-commerce empire, then so can you. And you have to believe in the fact that you want to invest time and money and resources, because that's just what it takes to build a business, no matter what kind. And although people might laugh at you, you're gonna get the last laugh when you make it all work. Now, when you start thinking and feeling like that, then the actions that you're gonna take, well, you're gonna start investing time and money, okay? You're going to jump in and fail forward, and you're going to be proud of the fact that you do so. And the results that it's going to lead to is you testing out a few products and then finally finding your winner that make up for all your previous failures, and then you're going to be able to replace your job and live life on your own terms. And literally, when we transitioned from door-to-door sales into e-commerce, we faced all of these challenges of fears, doubting ourselves, worrying about other people, like our coworkers laughing at us and mocking us, saying, hey, that's stupid, that's dumb, this is the best job in the world. But we didn't really listen to them. We focused on what we were thinking, what we believed in. So we had to change our belief system as well. Now, the actionable steps that we took is all about focusing on the input, because input equals output. Okay, if you're eating a bunch of junk food, well, you're gonna feel like junk. If you're thinking a bunch of junk thoughts, then your business is just gonna be junk. And so the first thing you wanna do is really focus on affirmations, all right? If you don't know what affirmations are, it's really just about instilling new beliefs into your subconscious. Because for the past, however old you are, whether you're 23 years old, for the past 23 years, you've been programmed to think a specific way, and therefore, again, acting a specific way and getting specific results in your life. And so affirmations allow you to remove that junk and reprogram yourself, to reinvent yourself, okay? That's the first thing, is affirmations. The second thing is really setting new goals for yourself, okay? Most people never ever set goals. They might just think about their, New Year's resolution, but you're just gonna forget about that. So you have to constantly remind yourself of your target, where you're trying to go in life, or where you're trying to go for this year. And last but not least, another great actionable step is simply focusing on the input that, you're taking in, okay? So whether it be auditory or visual, the videos that you're watching, the content that you're watching. If you're watching, a bunch of crazy news out there about how horrible, the economy is gonna be in a couple months. If you're focused on watching videos that just literally have no value to you or your goals, then unfortunately, the output of that is just gonna be similar to what you're putting in. So if you're just watching about how the economy is going to crash, well, guess what? You're going to feel, the feeling that it's not even worth jumping into it because the economy is going to crash. So might as well wait until the economy crashes, then I can start my business, right? And then, not taking any action and resulting in you staying in the exact same position. So hopefully this really puts it into perspective in terms of shifting your focus point from your current situation, your current results, to your thoughts, your input, okay, into what you're taking in, your affirmations, reprogramming your subconscious mind. Now, I can't help you out all at once in this video. This is a process. This is something you constantly have to work on. Again, such as writing down your affirmations, writing down your goals, focusing on what you're watching, what you're listening to. So instead of just listening to a bunch of, pointless music, start throwing on some podcasts out there, okay? Check out the Ecom Incubator podcast while you're working out. Now, just to wrap this video up, if you are serious about building your e-commerce business, but you don't have a way to get started, well, the Ecom Resolution Workshop, the 2020 Ecom Resolution Workshop is live for purchase, okay? So you can grab your ticket, your live stream all access pass right now by clicking the link below to join us in the Ecom Workshop. It's 2 days live streamed. You can join in from anywhere in the world. We usually have people pop in from all different countries like the UK, Australia, Sweden, Canada, obviously America as well. And literally people walk in to these workshops not knowing a single thing about e-commerce, but in just one weekend full of jam-packed value, they're able to see everything that we do within our e-commerce business to be able to start and scale their own e-commerce business and ideally replace their job and start living life on your own terms, okay? So check that out below. And if you got value from this video, be sure to leave a thumbs up, leave a comment below on what else you'd like me to record a video on, and obviously make sure you subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, all right? Peace out, talk to you guys soon.